that are in different schools in different cities, some that are not even going to school, getting educated, still waiting for FEMA support, still waiting for disaster recovery money into their community. It's interesting that we are standing here today talking about an emergency when $12 billion was appropriated by the House of Representatives, and the Senate and the President are not moving that money to not only California for disaster relief, for real emergency, but nor are they allowing those dollars to go forward in Georgia, Texas, and elsewhere. I just find that ironic and interesting. We have a real disaster that needs to be cleaned up. $12 billion sitting there, not even utterance, not even a reference in today's press conference of a real pressing need and a real human crisis that's manifesting in real time. And that's not an abstract thing. As I said, I witnessed it firsthand, not just the heroism of the first responders suppressing those fires, but in the aftermath, the struggle that persists in places like Butte County. What is remarkable about this is we also stood here a week ago and recognized that there was legitimacy to the concerns about drugs flowing through the border. We talked about the cartel activity a week ago that persists and is becoming more and more acute in parts of California. We talked about our desire to work with the President of the United States on drug interdiction, to partner with him to address the legitimate concerns around our ports of entry as it relates to fentanyl and methamphetamine and marijuana that's crossing the border, cocaine, etc. We talked about redeploying and partnering our redeployed members of the National Guard with the DEA and other federal agencies to promote more comprehensive interdiction. That is exactly the work that now is at risk because of this declaration of emergency. That irony is not lost or should not be lost on any Californian. No other state is going to be more impacted by this declaration of emergency than the state of California. And the irony of this is the actual work that was effective, the actual work that is responsible and responsive to the real and legitimate concerns around fentanyl, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine that is being done within the state of California is now being put at risk for a vanity project, for a monument to stupidity, a wall that will do nothing to impact drugs coming over our border. Ask any expert. Don't ask politicians. Certainly don't ask the President of the United States. Ask any expert how these drugs are getting across the border. If you think it's an image of an individual with 400 pounds of cocaine in their backpack, then you're delusional. The drugs are coming through the ports of entry through traditional means, vehicles, tractor trailers, coming over through drones, airplanes, coming all up and down the coast of California and boats. And the interdiction policies that we want to enforce in California now are being put at risk because of this political crisis that is being manufactured to get the president out of the rut he clearly is in. Nancy Pelosi has run circles around the president of the United States, not once, now twice. He's been embarrassed, and his base needs to be fed. And as a consequence of that, he's impacting the lives of millions and millions of Californians and millions of Americans that demand and deserve better. The legitimate crisis with drugs in this nation can be addressed appropriately and thoughtfully. And we want to work collaboratively, and we want to work in the spirit of partnership. I don't want to be a sparring partner with President Trump. We want to be a working partner. But he makes it almost impossible when he plays these games and manufactures a crisis and creates the conditions where we have no other choice than to sue the administration, join other states, join our partners in the federal government to do the same, to go through the theater of, as I said a few weeks ago, the absurd, and to sort of create a sideshow to the real work that should be done in cooperation. If only we had a president that wanted to do the right thing. And so I just want to compliment our Attorney General for his ongoing vigilance, standing up on behalf of the people of the state of California. And I want to encourage other states, particularly those border state governors, to do the same. And as we said in our release, Donald Trump will see you in court.
All right, and that's the Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, with his response to President Trump's announcement this morning that he'll be declaring a national emergency to get funding for a border wall. We'll have more on this throughout the day here on KCBS. Right now, we need to catch up with traffic. Here's George Raff.
We are tracking the big delays on the Nimitz Freeway in the northbound direction. Matt on the KCBS phone force says it's a stalled big rig that blocks the right-hand lane northbound at Fruitvale, and it's left its mark on the Nimitz backed up toward Hagenberger Road. The Bay Bridge is finally thinning out after a stalled motorcycle managed to back the traffic up all the way to the toll plaza yet again. Heading to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge, however, we're still slow from 7th Street on 80 eastbound, and we're slow on the 280 extension from just before 6. Tracking delays through the Santa Cruz Mountains. The Chilton Auto Body collision cam, here's Bob Pryor.
Northbound Highway 17 at Glenwood Drive, 3-car injury crash blocking the right lane. CHP says that right lane should be cleared in a matter of minutes. Mile and a half back up behind it, similar delay southbound.
And in Santa Rosa, traffic was backed up and delayed because of an earlier occurring crash at College in the northbound direction. Now just a little sluggish heading northbound past 3rd. Next update, 11:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
KCBS weather forecast. We've got sort of a mixed bag out there today. Unsettled weather for sure. Hail coming down in some places. Maybe we'll see a thunderstorm. It's cool and breezy. Nice in the low to mid-50s. Occasional sunny spell as well today. Showers likely tonight, and then it'll be mostly cloudy tomorrow and Sunday with a chance of rain. And cooler still, dropping into the 40s in some neighborhoods. Then our 6-day forecast calls for mostly clear skies and cool conditions on Monday and Tuesday, highs in the 50s. Back to partly cloudy skies on Wednesday with a slight chance of showers. Right now, the cool spots, North Bay, it's 47 degrees in San Rafael and Santa Rosa, 49 in Livermore, 50 in Redwood City, 53 in Concord, Hayward, San Francisco, and Mountain View, 54 in Oakland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 11:23. Napa State Senator Bill Dodd is introducing a bill aimed at stabilizing the state budget for ballooning wildfire costs. KCBS's Jenna Lane reports the idea involves taking out an insurance policy.
Senator Bill Dodd says FEMA's been trying it for a couple of years, and the state of Oregon has done it for decades.
And it's worked for them. They paid out about $60 million in premiums, but just got back over $100 million in claims.
Dodd says CAL FIRE has overrun its emergency budget 7 times in 10 years. Last year, the state spent more than double what it had planned. Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara believes the industry can help.
Once we have the authority given in this bill, we can bring people together and develop a product that works for everyone.
A spokeswoman for a trade group, Nicole Ganley of the American Property Casualty Insurers Association, says members would be open to the conversation.
Insurers like to sell insurance, so I'm sure that if there's a way to do it, they will find a way.
Jenna Lane, KCBS.
And just in from New York, the NFL says it has settled the collusion lawsuits by Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed. We'll have more details on this coming up. Right now, 11:24, Jason Brooks at the KCBS Supermicro Intel Money Desk. Jason?
Rebecca, trade hopes are sending stocks surging higher. Dow's up by 361 points to 25,802. NASDAQ up 28 points to 74.55, and the S&P advancing 23 points to 27.68. NVIDIA had a rough fourth quarter. Its revenue plunged over 24% to $2.2 billion. Its profits were down 48%, and its forecast wasn't even in Wall Street's consensus range. Still, NVIDIA stock is moving higher, primarily because the market feared a much worse forecast, given the